Welcome back. In this session we're going to color the decorations on our symmetrical mask. Since we made our mask symmetrical, we're going to want to have the same designs on the outside and the inside of our mask, and we're going to want to make sure that whatever's on one side we do exactly on the other side for our mask. So I'm going to try to make my mask similar to this one just so I follow the same idea. You may use anything you want as far as your decorations or your designs. And as we work together, you will choose what colors you would like to use. Okay, I'm going to start with purple. I'm going to make mine a little different than my other mask. I'm just going to change my colors up. I would like you to use a line. You can pick a diagonal zigzaggy line or a curvy line for the side decoration. I'm going to stick with my diagonal line. So I'm going to do diagonal zigzags like this. Try to make them neat and nice, and make it so that you can color it in when you're done. There's my one side, and I'll open mine up and I'll do the other side. Now this is going to be the tricky part, making sure that it is actually symmetrical. So you're going to have to look at which way the lines are going and do your best to make it symmetrical. If you screw up a little bit, that's okay, but I would like you to try your best to make it symmetrical. Okay, so here's my zigzaggy line. Like that. And now I'm going to use the same kind of triangle pattern. I'm going to make my triangles red this time, whereas last time I used a red zigzag and purple triangles. I'm going to use red to make my triangles. I'm going to make red triangles on the outside and pink triangles on the inside. So here's my triangle, and then I'll color that in. Red triangle, and color that in. Now when you do your pattern, I want you to decide ahead of time which pattern you're going to do and then color it in. So here's my red triangles on the outside and my pink triangles on the inside. Draw the triangle and then color it in. Color the triangle in and then finish your pattern. Now I'm going to curve this one a little bit since my purple line curves right there. Okay, so you want to make sure that you do a nice, neat job coloring in your pattern. Okay, now once you get the first side done, you want to make the second side look just the same. Okay, and I'm going to continue coloring here. Whoever's doing the video, Substitute or Mr. Lundgren, you can fast forward through this side, and when we get these two sides done, we'll talk about the center part. Okay, now that you have that finished, let's talk about the other pieces. These other shapes that are inside here, we want them to all be symmetrical. So as you choose one geometric shape or one amorphous shape, you want to do one on one side and the other on the other side so it's nice and neat. So I'm going to kind of continue with my purple color, and I'm going to make my two eyebrows for my purple color. I want my eyebrows to be pointing up just like my other example. So I'm going to do a diagonal line that way and a diagonal line that way. Then I'm going to do a nice pointing line up like this to make a long triangle. You make your eyebrows however you want them. Okay, you can make long triangles or curves or whatever you want, and then color that in. When you're done with your eyebrows, give me a thumbs up so I know that you're ready, and color this in really nicely, nice and neat, so it's well done like that. Now I'm going to switch my color and I'm going to use the red again, and I'm going to make a curvy shape up here on top. Instead of a triangle geometric shape, I'm going to make a different amorphous shape, and I'm going to curve a line this way, and I'm going to try to make a symmetrical one this way. Okay, and then I'm going to continue and finish my shape up like this, kind of like a swoopy line like that. Now I'm going to have to kind of try my best to mimic it on the other side. And there, that's pretty symmetrical. Almost perfect, but not quite, but good enough. I'm going to color that amorphous shape in. And as you color in, make sure that you do it neatly and nicely, not leaving any white spaces. Okay, so there's my finished shape. And here's my next shape. Okay, so it looks like that. Now I'm going to do some things on the cheeks. I'm going to use my pink and make a symmetrical shape on the cheek. I'm going to do a diagonal line down this way and curve it, and curve a line up like this, and curve a line down like that. I'm going to try to mimic that same thing on this side. Curve a line up and curve a line down. Okay, and I'm going to repeat a line here and repeat a line here, and then I'm going to color my shapes in. Okay, so again, we're focusing on pattern. And we're focusing on the idea of symmetry, because symmetry is really a pattern. It's just a pattern. One thing is exactly the same as on the other side, so it's kind of a pattern, kind of repetition. Okay, and the last thing here, I'm going to do a little shape kind of like I have on this one. I'm going to do this shape here and this shape down here. So I'm going to do exactly on one side what I do on the other side. I'm going to take a curved line here and bring it down, and a curved line right here, and bring it down and up to that point, and then I'm going to curve it in and bring it that one down to meet here. Then I'm going to bring it back out here like that. Okay, I'm going to curve this one back in and meet right up there, and then curve this one out, up, and back in like that. And then I'm going to color that one in. Almost looks like a mustache. And of course, you're going to have to be very careful as you color these in, so you're true to your shapes and true to the lines you want. Okay, and that is our finished symmetrical mask. Okay, once your mask is finished, the teacher will take a little piece of string like this and come around, and you're going to staple it to the edge. So I'm going to tuck it underneath here so you can see it on the side there, and we're going to staple that right on the edge so it looks like this. Okay, and it'll be stapled in like that, and then we'll flip it around the other edge here and staple it as well. So the teacher can work on that while you're coloring and finishing your patterns. Okay, so that it will look, oops, something like this when you're done. Alright, and it should be tied in there, and then that can fit around your head. And if it is a little too short, or a little too long rather, you can tie it a little bit in the back like this, make a little loop and tie it in the back so that it's a little bit shorter and will fit around your head and stay tight. And this should fit on your head and have the eyes in the right place, and your nose can come out here. Alright, so that's how we finished our symmetrical mask project, and you should have symmetry with your patterns and symmetry with your amorphous or geometric shapes around the face.